Hello, it's Thursday, May 14th, and welcome to Minutes That Matter. Turn in your Bible with me to Matthew chapter 5, and as you're turning there, allow me to ask, how have you been doing at raising the spiritual temperature where you live or work? Are you being a thermostat or are you a thermometer, allowing yourself to be impacted by what others say, think, and do? What about your saltiness over these last couple of days? Have you been having a preserving impact at your job, in your marriage, in your family, with your siblings, brothers and sisters, or in your neighborhood? Well, the reason why I'm asking is that we've been looking at Christ's desire for citizens of his kingdom to be having a positive spiritual impact on those around them. He describes it in this way in verses 13 through 16 of Matthew chapter 5. You are the salt of the earth, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. Now, while we learned how salt works within, we now understand that light works from without. Salt works secretly, but light works openly. And while salt is the indirect influence of the gospel, light is the more direct communication. You see, salt works primarily through our living, while light primarily works through what we say and teach. And while salt can slow down corruption, friends, it cannot change corruption into incorruption. Light is more positive. It not only reveals what is wrong and false, but helps produce what is righteous and true. And here, Christ is calling on us to fulfill our commission to proclaim the news of him, the light, in a world engulfed in darkness. Philippians 2:15 says, that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God, without blemish, in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world. Christ said a city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. You see, peoples whose hearts and lifestyle exemplify the Beatitudes are like a city on a hill. During the day, its cityscape can be seen for miles as the sun reflects off its buildings. And in the darkness of the night, its light gives direction and draws men. But as we saw with the salt, a believer can diminish their influence and illumination. Christ said, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. You see, we are not called to be closet Christians. God did not give the gospel of his Son to be the secret hidden treasure of just a few. Lights are to illuminate. But on the negative side, a follower of Christ can fail to be a light when they fail to witness, when they fail to take a stand for righteousness' sake. But in contrast, God has called us to be lights out in the open. In light of that, then, may I end our time today with a few questions? Have there been opportunities to share the gospel this last week, this last month, this last year, in which you put your light under a basket instead of letting it shine among men? Maybe you were afraid of offending others. Has your heart possibly become indifferent and loveless towards the lost? Because, friends, if these things are true, we demonstrate unfaithfulness to the Lord. But here's the hope of being brighter lights. Let us commit ourselves to real and measurable steps to sharing the gospel. But not only the gospel, let us be lights by taking the opportunities that people give us to speak about things like anger, friendship, love, marriage, or justice. Because often, our opportunity to share the message of Christ, the light of men, begins with sharing smaller points of light concerning other things in our life. Remember, now that Christ has returned to the Father, you are the light of the world. Well, again, if this was an encouragement to you, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not yet a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell button if you want to know when a new video comes out. And please, please, leave a comment or a question below. We would love to talk with you. And from all of us at Minutes That Matter, have a blessed day.